74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, and 80.
Completed counting has begun in Bayelsa State. Chris Williams, our correspondent in Yenagoa, is on standby. Chris, we can see that there aren't any extensions of the voting time. Counting has begun, and there's been back and forth. Someone saying and another responding. What's the update you can give us so far? Chris Williams, can you hear me? Well, clearly we'll get back to Chris as soon as we can, but as you can see, counting
Hello,
of... yes, Chris, can you hear me now?
Yeah, what did you say?
Yeah, I was just asking, what's the update? As we can see, voting has been completed, counting has begun in this particular polling unit that is on the screen now. Any updates you want to give us?
Ayo, well, as you can see, counting has started right here. The election actually ended at 2:30, and right now they've gone into sorting and of course counting. That is what is happening at the moment. You can see some of the party loyalists, they are already celebrating right here, and some others are ready to say, hey, we would contest what is happening here right now. But so far so good. It's been very, very peaceful and orderly. We hope that there are about 6 units here, so we've had 2 of the units, or even the 3rd unit, declare their results. Others are still trying to sort and of course end up counting. But for now, everything is still going on as smoothly as possible.
Yes, indeed, Chris. Some of the candidates have had cause to complain about one unrest or the other. For instance, the incumbent and governorship candidate of the PDP, Doyediri, has complained about the tension of some sorts of members of the PDP in Nembe Basambri. I hope I got that correctly. And that they were not allowed to exercise their franchise. The candidate of the APC has also complained about a bit of unrest also in Yenagoa. Can you verify these incidents?
Well, these are expected, you know, even before the election. Pundits already, based on experience, you know, postulated that these things would happen, especially in the strongholds of these 2 strong contenders. That's the incumbent governor and, of course, the APC candidates. You know, it's more or less a 2-horse race right here, and so each of them try to guard their own zone, their own area, and that is what is actually happening. The APC seem to have done a lot to push PDP from voting in those riverine areas, and of course this side as well, PDP is also holding forth their own zone, you know. But at the end of it all, it's expected. But I feel that the security agencies and INEC would do the needful, because the INEC National Commissioner that we spoke to earlier on said that anywhere infraction is noticed, they would cancel the results. So if you like, you steal a ballot box or whatever you do, once an infraction is noticed, what they would do is to cancel and that exactly is what they said they would do. But I'm sure they would hold on to that and do exactly what they said.
And with hopes that the process has been without incident in other areas of Bayelsa, can you also, or have you gotten feelers that sorting and counting is also ongoing in other parts aside the state capital, Yenagoa?
Yes, Dubra is somewhere outside of the state capital, and she actually got across to me that counting had started in that part where she is at the moment. And I'm quite sure every other part, because according to INEC timetable, by 2:30, voting stops and, of course, counting begins. And that is what we're witnessing here at the moment. And since Dobra also confirmed that similar thing is happening where she is at the moment, so I want to believe that it's the same thing across the state.
All right, Chris Lemza, correspondent reporting from Bayelsa, Yenagoa, the capital to be precise, where we also saw images of voting, sorting and counting of votes. Let's head now to Imo State, where our correspondent Eitokwe Kutoi is standing by to bring us up to speed with a continuation of the exercise. Tokwe, what can you report? What's new at this time?
Okay, Bukola, I'm here at Union Primary School in Burishi community in Oaji-Egbema local government area of Imo State. And here the voting has ended and the INEC officials are sorting the papers here to see and count the votes that have been computed by these officials here. So we've been here and there's no issue here. It's been peaceful, but there was something that happened earlier, like the INEC officials said that they started a little bit late. They started around 10 a.m. So there was a consensus amongst the political party agents to extend voting till about 3 o'clock. So they extended voting for a while, then they ended voting. Now they're sorting, the INEC officials are sorting the outcome of the polls at this behind me here. So that's what is happening here right now in Union Primary School in Burichi in Oaji-Egbema local government area of Imo State.
Yeah, Topa, let's quickly touch on an area that, hasn't featured prominently in the last few hours of voting. I wonder if you observe about whether INEC made good its promise to ensure a conducive environment, an inclusive process for persons with disability during the voting exercise.
Okay, yeah, there was earlier at Oguta local government area of the state where I also monitored the election. I got a lady, physically challenged lady, who was enthusiastic to cast her vote, and she was there. I had it on camera too. She was there to cast her vote, and with that, in one or two other places too, we've also seen some physically challenged. And don't forget that yesterday we spoke to one of the observers who are more concerned about the physically challenged, and they said they've had talks with INEC on this election on how to ensure that the physically challenged at these elections exercise their civic responsibility without any problem. So it's for the physically challenged, from what I've seen and from places I've monitored so far, I think they've also been able to exercise their civic responsibility at their different polling units. And we've actually gone around on the conduct of the election by INEC. We've gone around, we've spoken to observers, we've spoken to party agents, we've spoken to electorates, and the thing they're saying is that, number one, they're commending INEC for early arrival of materials in at least 80% of the places across where I've monitored, that INEC officials came early and they've conducted themselves. Compared to the state assembly elections and the presidential election, this is a better a better outcome for INEC. So I think from what we have now, we're trying to see after now the results, after being imputed in the result sheet, we go to the collation center, then from the different collation centers there, then to the headquarters. So we'll also monitor and go further to check what INEC will be doing around this time.
You know, allow me to take you back a little, Tope, to what you said about the consensus among the political parties. I wish elections would be that easy, where, I mean, we would all agree that, okay, let's just move the time from 2 to 3. Everyone would just agree. How easy was that to achieve? How did they come to that agreement so easily and so peacefully, such that there was no rancor?
You know, this polling unit, it's Ingwirichi community itself. It's an agrarian community. From what the people here are saying, that most of the people went to the farms in the morning, and normally before now, even previous elections, they come to the polling booths late. So that's what they said, and that as of now, people are now coming back from the farms to come and exercise their civic responsibility. So it was a consensus between all the political party agents and even the INEC officials to extend the time a little so they could allow some people vote. And so we were here also, we saw some people also coming around to vote, and they gave excuses that they went to the farms and also. But now it has ended, and they're sorting the results.
Well, I asked that question because earlier in the day you told us that there was some kind of disagreement in another polling unit altogether. You showed us, even on camera, the disagreements that were happening among party agents. That's why I'm asking how easy this was. I mean, it is a good thing that it happened. I'm just wondering how it's not so easy somewhere, and here it's just so smooth and easy.
Can you take that again, Ayo?
I said I asked that question against the background of what you told us earlier. The one scenario you showed us in the morning when party agents did not agree on a particular thing and they were quarreling among themselves, and you even showed us on camera. But here we are, they all agreed without any rancor whatsoever. That's why I'm just curious, you know.
This is another polling unit. Where I was in the morning, it's another local government entirely, and this is another polling unit. Okay, now let me just bring you up to speed with one or two things that happened in the morning. You know, I was also in one of the polling units in Oguta local government area where polling agents were having arguments, and the argument was that some unarmed, according to the INEC officials, that some unarmed men came and took away the result sheets at the place and at the polling unit. But the INEC official continued with the voting because she said she had already informed the INEC office about what happened when some unarmed men came to pick the result sheets and took it away, but that as they're voting, INEC officials would come bring new result sheets for them to enter the results. But this became a very big argument between the political party agents, and they were trying to tell the INEC official to stop voting and settle that. But the INEC official says no, she's not going to stop the voting because there's always a way out. INEC officials in Owerri will bring this the new result sheet so they could enter. It wasn't, and so it became a real an argument between 3 or 4 political parties around there. But eventually, I think they also came to a consensus that they were waiting for INEC to bring. But they were vigilant before we left there to ensure that INEC brings these result sheets for them to enter during. But we left before the end of the voting to also monitor some other places around Imo West Senatorial District where we are right now. This is another local government, or Aji Egbema local government area.
Emphasizing again the question that I was asking, but hey, it's just a different stroke from different folks, I get. However, this issue that you just mentioned now about some disturbance in some areas, our colleague Kela Megwa also mentioned the same thing to one of the candidates right there. So what can you tell us about that particular skirmish? We understand that some people were taken away. How far? What's new about that one? Any updates? Can you hear me, Tokwe?
Please, can you take that again? I can't hear you.
Yeah, the issue that you just mentioned, the skirmish, the little tiff that you talked about earlier, of some people cutting away the polling result sheets. No, what's the latest about that one? We understand that some of them were arrested or taken away by security agencies.